don't give two boos. That mayflower is not real. The mayor in there is not real. You can either play this game and turn into an ethereal sacrifice or not.
Good evening, my pilgrimatic pilchards. I think the mayor is suspicious. He shows up, says he was friends with Carol Arna, and that he stumbled upon some of her research. I cannot suspend my disbelief enough to accept that he would just stumble upon this kind of research. I have to take it at face value. It's an intense subversion of expectations, and it's setting up another set of promises leading into the big plot twist. We're supposed to connect this to Perlman hiding key info among documents in Chapter 5. It was clearly pre-scene foreshadowing for Carol hiding important research data somewhere where her friend would find it. Now we need to figure out if the mayor was actually her friend, and if he is, what his ulterior motives are. Why else would it take him 9 years to do anything? We don't know how long the mayor has been the mayor, but they usually serve for 1 to 3 4-year-long terms. We know he's a Mayflower, and with the horrific implications of the name, this places him in a precarious spot in the plot. Hugo is also interested in the family heirloom, and that's what I'm curious about. I think it's one of the first sacrifice cores, and I'm going to give you all my reasoning at the end. I want to show you the analysis in all of his lore first. Before the mayor is introduced into the main story, we do get to learn a little bit about him. In Lycon's agent story, we hear about his unsavory reputation and how Lycon expects the main characters to assume it temporarily under the guise of Gemini twin gods. I think Codename K's reaction says enough. We also know that Nicole loves the movie First Piece of Soil, and she has a deep admiration for the Mayflower family's ability to accumulate power and wealth. We also know she was adopted by a powerful family but ran away from them. I think it's the Mayflowers, but it might not be the mayor. If it is, it would connect the character with green pupils in Nicole's Price of Hope short to the student with the green pupils in the leaked picture that was like the undamaged one from the staff room.
When it shows up in the main plot, I'm going to make a video about it because one of my theories is wrong and one of them was correct, and I'm still freaking out about it.
We also know Hugo lumps the mayor and Tops together on his path of delivering real justice. It's clear he feels more betrayed by Lycon's decision to join the mayor than Lycon abandoning him. The mayor's introduction yields a massive amount of misdirection. He commissions Bell and Wise to investigate the auction that Tops is hosting. He lets them believe that it's because he's against Tops, but we don't know. For all we know, he could just be avoiding a scandal and working with them behind the scenes, making sure that the things go right. I also think that his gift to Bell and Wise and Victoria housekeeping vouching for Faithin could be another piece of misdirection. We definitely have more promises that he is working with Tops and that he is evil. So first, he turns a blind eye to any organ harvesting. Second, he knows about Asterism Industries. He has access to them through knowing Marcel Group's top researchers. So it's a little suspicious when there's a third voice in the recording with cores. What if it's the mayor? We don't know yet, and I tried doing a little bit of analysis on the voices, so here they are.
A sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
A sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
A sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
What do you think? Do you think that third voice is the mayor? Now for my prediction, because that's why you're here. I think the mayor has ulterior motives, and modifying the HDD was the first step in his villainous plan. He seems to be in the exaltists hive mind cult, and the inspiration for the Mayflower family leans into the unsettling feeling that the mayor invokes. The first mayor of Eridu is inspired by John Carver. He was a deacon for the Leiden congregation and one of the main organizers of the Mayflower voyage. Carver was also a prominent figure in the formation of the Mayflower Compact, leading to his role as the first governor of Plymouth Colony. I assume the Mayflower family heirloom is inspired by one of the artifacts from Carver. There are two different items that it's very likely to be for the family heirloom to be inspired by. The first is the sword. It's called a Carver sword, and it's kept in the Pilgrim Hall Museum. One of the exceptional points of craftsmanship on it is the hilt. Having the sacrifice core in the hilt of a mayflower sword could be why Miyabi's sword had to play such a big role in season 1. It would be interesting to see how they shatter expectations of this trope as more agents with special bonds to their weapons join the roster. The other item it could be would be a cradle, inspired by the Peregrine's white cradle, which became a symbol for their future prosperity. While the Mayflower was making the journey across the Atlantic, 2 things happened that were regarded as prophecies. One of the crew was cursing the Pilgrims and he died 2 days later. The Pilgrims saw this as a message from God that they would be protected. The second thing, a baby was born and he was named Oceanus. He was kept in the Peregrine's white cradle during the rest of the voyage. Many people did not make it to America though, and once they were there, half of the Plymouth colony perished during the first winter. A symbol like this holds a much different meaning after something like that. We also know that the Mayflower name in ZZZ implies the indigenous peoples of Eridu were victims of genocide, but we don't have lore for that yet, and I expect the writers will start exploring it and Eridu's founding as season 2 unfolds. Now that the mayor has taken the first steps to achieve his insidious goal, I'm sure he'll play a bigger role in the plot. Alright, for my next video, okay, easy dub, back to tops. What do you want to know about them? Oh my gosh, I want to answer all of your questions about them because I love a well-written organization and I'm low-key obsessed with how well-written Tops is. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.